Alright, now we're live.
There we go.
Alright. And we gotta turn this on. Turn this off. There we go.
I'm a sheep.
Back out of here. Go back to my. Oh, not that.
What? Moo, I'm a sheep. Beep, beep, I'm a sheep. Beep, beep, I'm a sheep. Meow, meow. I'm a cow. Meow, I'm a cow. Beep, beep, I'm a sheep. Beep, I'm a sheep.
Alright.
There we go. We fixed it.
Alrighty. What's going on?
Hello, peoples. On the internet. Peeps. No, not internet. I'm gonna give this car a break. I'm taking a
Alright, so who all we got in here? Oh. Down to me.
No, is anyone here?
Not yet. Still waiting.
For these peacock. They're probably
Still waiting.
3,000 years later.
What's up, Virginia? How are you doing tonight?
Did you hear that? I said 3,000 years later, and then it gone in.
What are you doing on this? Here in Florida, it's a lovely, warm Saturday night.
A fine day. A fine. Can you not see
I'm just sitting here getting my tea
Wait, I need
because we can't have a TCR live stream without tea. I gotta be drinking tea from Uncle Si's cup. So now it is official. Live stream time.
There we go. We got more people now.
Gotta love that tea.
I have tea too.
Alright, what's up, Tony? Resting up? What are you resting up for, Virginia?
Does that mean?
Oh, I don't drink coffee. Well, I like cappuccino, the French vanilla stuff, but that's it.
I've never went to Starbucks.
So, as you guys know, I made a trip across the bridge today. Well, I kind of told you a little bit. And went to pick up a bunch of stuff. Well, not a bunch of stuff, but stuff to last me about a month. That way I didn't have to drive over there and drive back. Same place I went last weekend. So I went over there this weekend, and I got some stuff. Well, we're down to one person again. So who is there?
Who left?
Both of them.
Wait, what?
Are you guys still there, or is YouTube messing up?
Probably you.
If you guys are there, just say something, because it's not showing anybody in the room.
We're lonely. Or just everybody does.
Yeah, that's what I was doing today, picking up supplies. Okay. Well, for some reason, it's only showing one person watching.
Which is the computer.
I'm watching myself. and you're watching, so evidently the count's off a little bit. I don't know why. I think YouTube's messing up today.
It's like new.
Finally got forest floor. I tried that stuff when I first began this, and I didn't care for it too much.
Yeah.
But the supplies I picked up, I only picked up one thing, but I picked up a bunch of it, and that is aspen shavings. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bags of aspen bedding that will last me 1 month. And hopefully this will last me 1 month also. Just be careful with that forest floor with the long sticks, because that might get stuck if you feed in the tank. The snake might grab the mouse and get some of that in his mouth and get stuck. Just be sure to watch that. If anything, I recommend getting the cocoa husk, the Pro Cocoa, the Reptichip, or the Fruit and Breather coconut husk. Either one of those, it's good. Or what you might do, and I had to do this with my tank when I had my snakes in my tank, like this here. What you can do to help humidity in your tank is get a towel, like a bath towel, and wet it down and lay it over the top of your tank.
I remember when you did that.
Well, you can order it online and it not cost a lot of money. And 1 block of Reptichip will last you a while. But what you do is you take that towel, you wet it down, and you cover this much of the tank on the top. You leave it open here. That way, they still get air, and that wet towel will trap the humidity in the tank. Plus, a good-sized water bowl will help that also. And as long as you keep that towel moist, that humidity in that tank should be good. Now, like I stated in the past, at one time, well, a couple months ago, had some rat problems with respiratory. Now, just to show how everybody is doing a lot better, they're a lot happier with the situation, look at what's going on. Got some babies in there. Well, they're smalls now. They're going to get separated this week. Or probably tomorrow. We got more babies. Not in there. I just checked everybody before we went live. Not there. Show you all the babies I got going on here. I got some babies in this one. They're going to be pulled out tomorrow. What's going on, Iron Dog? We don't have any babies in there. We got some pregnant ones in that one. And here, we got some babies right down in there. So, that's 3 tubs with little ones in it. Don't remember if there's any in this one or not. I don't remember if there is in that one or not. But we got more here. There's more babies here. And then we got more babies here. And got more babies here. More babies here. No babies in that one. And there is A lot of little ones in here. Little ones in there. So as you can tell, my rat production is good now. So that is awesome. I will be moving a lot of those smalls, which they're in there. What size are they when breeding? Trying out breeding rats, but mine look a little small. I will put it this way. These guys here are about breeding size. Be about mediums. If they're mediums, they should be getting close. Go ahead and put them together. When they're ready to start breeding, they're going to breed. That's what I do. When they get medium size, I put my males and female, or my male with females, and let them go. They'll breed when they're ready, and just keep them fed, fresh water. They should be good to go. So that's the best thing I can say. I just wait till I think they're about size enough, and then I throw them together. I will be, however, trying to combine some of these tubs and making an extra couple tubs. That way I can maximize my space. Now that I switched over to Aspen and I got rid of the... I can't even think now. Pine, yeah. And now that I got rid of the pine, I'm with the Aspen. Now I can start concentrating on condensing all my tubs and getting everything looking a lot better, and hopefully start to produce a lot of babies. That's what I need. I can breed about, there's 6, 8, 18, 54. I can also stick in a little bit more in there if I need to. Make a couple of my tubs 1 to 4 to make up for the other 5 or 6. That way, hopefully, I can produce all of my rats out of here for all my snakes. And of course, I will be probably building me another grow out rack. And I'm probably just going to go ahead and do my grow out racks like this. Do my breeding racks like this. Because they're truthfully not going to be in the grow out racks too long. 2 to 3 weeks max. So that's what I plan on doing. And I think that'll work out real good. And everybody's going to be happy. So that's what's going on there. This here, mice are doing good. It looks like we got a couple pregnant ones in there. They seem to be happy and healthy. I'm going to clean this tank tomorrow. And because it is getting smelly if you smell over it, but I can't tell it in the room. Now, ever since I switched to Aspen, the smell, which never was an issue with me anyway, but towards the end of using that pine, it started to, halfway through the week, start to smell. So with this Aspen, you can tell with as many babies that's in this tub, and as dirty as that looks, it don't smell that bad. It don't smell that bad. So that's perfect. I'm happy with it. What I do is I use... Did you get your watering system for your rats at Reptile Basics? Yes, I did. And here's what I recommend. And I'm going to be turning all of my holders onto this. I just haven't got all of them done yet. The clips. Let me see if I got any in this bag. No, I do not. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to recommend something. Of course, it's your choice, but here's what I recommend. With Reptile Basics, when you buy your watering stuff, you're going to have a chance to buy these clips. This is to hold. These are all taken apart because I got to clean them. But these, it holds the water valves, okay? Which I can show you on the actual rat rack because I haven't got them all changed. So let me show you what I bought originally and then what I went to, because it's a lot easier and it holds them a lot better. Let me know if you can see this. No, you cannot. Right here. Well, you can kind of see that. There's the clip. Let me go one more over. Maybe it's better light. Well, that's what I'm going to. This is what I went to. We'll start here. What I did was I took the fitting, put it through 3 washers, and then I bought a little clip right here. They use them. I can't remember what the clip's name, but I can show you that is what I went to, okay? Now, the others are, let me grab one of these, I gotta do it this way. Those clips are actually 3/4 inch hitch pin clips. I got them at Home Depot. All you gotta, here's the difference. I'll do it this way, that way you can kind of understand, because that light wasn't that good in that room for the others. So what happens, all right, here we go. So what happens, this is your rodent valve, water valve. With these clips that they sell on Reptile Basics, you shove this up through there, and then you put your hose over this, so this becomes one part. These clip on your hardware cloth. Well, they can become bent, become loose, and of course this ain't going to be loose. So what I did, and I got this off of one of Olympus Reptiles' videos, is I went, and I believe these are 3/8 inch washers. What I did, I take 3 3/8 inch washers and put it in there like that. That's to make space there, and it keeps it from falling through the hardware cloth. You stick this part through the hardware cloth, and you take that hitch clip and clip, because it clips. What it does is it clips right in that spot that's been ground down, in that valley there, and that holds it from there. Yes, it does move around a little bit, but it does hold it, and it does work. I like that scenario in there, so that's what I'm going to. It's all about being innovative and doing what works for you. So that's what I plan on doing with those. Now, also, if you notice, if you see any of my past videos when I show these rat racks, I did something a little bit different, and I'm going to do something a little bit different. And if your rat rack is like this, I would recommend you do it too. If your rat rack has rails like this that go all the way out, what I recommend is cutting them back to here. The reason being, when you pull this tub out, it drops. Let me kind of show you here. It pulls out, See if I can do this one-handed. And as soon as it gets to that edge, you can drop it. And when you drop it, you're not hitting that water valve at all. It makes it a lot easier. Now, with this other setup, you have to pull out, turn it to where the back corner on this side comes out past here, and then you can just drop it off. I'm eventually going to probably get me a jigsaw or a sawzall. I may even go through and unscrew all these and saw them off, but I don't know yet. It's going to be a lot of work either way I do it, but I'm going to saw all these back to the 2x4 because it'll be fine. I'm not worried about it. So that's what I plan on doing with that. Does anybody have any questions on that? That way, it's easier and things work a little bit better and tubs come out easier. Always you want to keep, yeah, it is in here. You always want to keep something for them to chew on. And that way they'll chew that versus trying to chew their tub. But the thing I ran into the last time I went to Lowe's, because all these are Lowe's tubs, they didn't have any more of them. They started selling the same tubs they have at Home Depot, which are these. I don't really care for the ones that have a hole here because they like to chew those. But I had to get them because I needed tubs. So I got them and I'm using them for the grow outs. The other ones, they're not getting chewed on at all, so we're good to go. Ultimately, by the time I'm done, I want to have a Freedom Breeder rodent rack. That way, it's all said and done. Now, I probably will be building me a small rat rack, or a mouse rack, so I can have multiple tubs for mice. What I may do is build a 5 or 6 tub rack, buy one male, which I already have, buy more females, and just use that one male for all the females rotating through the rack. That's what I may do with him. And then just have him a separate little tank or something to where he can go while all the females are having their babies. But I don't know how that's going to work yet, but right now I have him in with 4 females, and I think from how fat some of the females are, I think they're pregnant, and we're going to see how he does with them, because I've heard as long as there's more than one female in there, the males should be fine because there's other females to attend to. So hopefully that's the case. But yes, I heard that too, and I've done some research, and I've heard that it all depends on the male, because some males, as long as there are multiple females in that tub or tank, they're fine. But I've never done this before, so this is what I'm trying out, and if it don't work, then I will change it up and make it work. So that's what I plan on doing. If I notice him doing that, I will immediately pull him out, set this tank up, and have him in here, or pull the females out and put them in there. Exactly.
No.
That's just like people having rat racks and using one male, putting him through all the females. That's to give the females a break, but it works him a lot more. So, I don't know. I kind of like the way I do it. But, it's just a learning process. It is whatever you decide you want to do. It's how you do it. If it works for you, do it. If it don't, that's when you look for something else. But what I'm doing is working right now, so that's what I'm sticking with. And I'm always looking to improve on anything that I'm doing to make it better, easier, and better for my animals. So that is something too. Michael, are you talking about rats or are you talking mice?
Is Michael new?
Not sure. I figure out why your live stream isn't working as much on YouTube. It's almost done with live stream instead of regular videos. Okay. You heard people putting a piece of bacon in with their rats, so the mom. Well, with rats, I've heard. I haven't really encountered them eating their babies. The thing that I've really heard though was if the rats are stressed out, then they're more apt to eat their babies. But if they're not stressed out, you can check on them, but don't bother them a lot, and they'll be fine. But once you start stressing out the female, they don't want their babies messed with, so that's when they start attacking their own babies. They don't want nothing to happen to their babies, so I think the lack of salt or something. I can't. See, I haven't heard that, Iron Dog. I gotta get a drink. And I will be, if I get my tax money back, just so everybody knows, I don't know if anybody that's in Florida is going to be watching this. I will be going, or we will be going, as a family, to the Tampa Repticon next month. And it just so happens the Tampa Repticon is just a couple days after my birthday.
Woohoo! Yeah.
So
We get to stay them.
they can try. But I'm going to be picking up not one, but 2 snake racks. And I may be, just maybe, picking up some female hatchlings. And it's the morph that I've been talking about that I want to get into. And they are going to be het clown females. I'm probably going to want, how old are you going to be? I'm going to be 15.
No, he's a liar.
I'm going to be 15 again. I can't count over 15, so I've been 15 for I don't know how many years. But anyway, I'm going to get probably 3 or 4 het clown females. That way I can really get going on that clown project. And what I may try to do is get a powerhouse male, and which is not in February, but later this year, get a powerhouse male. Instead of getting just a pastel desert ghost, I may look to get a pastel desert ghost clown male. Now, if you guys don't know what I'm doing with that, I'm going to be putting that to my spider het desert ghost females. That way I get het clowns out of that. I may get some double hets. And if once I breed that pastel desert ghost pastel desert ghost clown to the het clowns, I'll get the same thing. So that's just something that I haven't really seen yet, but I imagine mixing the desert ghost with the clown is going to be awesome. And no, I'm not 51. But I'm a little bit away from the 50s, but I'm not too far off. I definitely don't look my age, I'll put it that way.
I know how old you're going to turn.
No, TJ, not 49. But, yeah.
Good try, Lord.
If I was that old, I'd be getting into this game to turn it into a business a little bit too late. But, that's alright. Age is only a number. Iron Dog, hey, I'm 49. No offense, man. No offense. Let's take a gander at Laura to see if she's Well, TJ, I got you beat. Just take a look at Laura here, see if she's ovulating yet. I don't know. Don't look like it to me. Let's pull her out a little bit further. Let's look at this. Are you ovulating, big girl? Nope, she's not ovulating. No ovulation yet. No, that's not an ovulation. She's just getting big. Eggs are getting bigger, so I'm hoping she'll ovulate soon. Can't wait. That'll be the first clutch of the year.
Yeah.
What's the longest after shed you've had to wait for eggs? I would say it was with this girl right here last year. And Laura is off of food. I would have to look at the records, but she's been off the food for at least a month. Last year, this girl here, she shed and then, well, I'll put it this way. She ovulated, shed about 3 weeks after that, and then about 3 weeks after shed, she laid her eggs. So she was all over the board. Late shed, early eggs. So, I don't know. But they were all good, healthy eggs. I got 10 healthy eggs out of it. So I'm not complaining. And if things work out the way I want them to, this is the last time you're going to see all of this. I will be changing it up. I may have it done by tomorrow, but I doubt it. But it'll be one of the last times. Hopefully by this time next week, I'll be completely switched over to what I want to do. So yes, healthy is all that matters. But I'm going to be pairing some males with females this next week again. So that's a good thing. And what else is going on? I still need to get spray. Anyone have any winter fatty snakes yet? I don't know. But we did have a couple sheds, which is good, but not big females. I still need to get spray foam insulation for that. Let's see here. I know what I need to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to measure these tubs, the length. This boy here shed. It's got some new skin on. Now, Iron Dog, I'm jealous. I'm real jealous on that because I'm wanting a 2-door cooler. That would be an awesome incubator. So, why don't you just ship that to me, bud?
No, ship it to me instead.
One day I like to talk. Well, go right ahead, TJ. So, yeah. That's going on there. Wife will be back this week. So it won't be quiet in here anymore. And as you can tell, it's pretty clean in this house.
It's okay.
We're doing a good job. We're going to be cleaning again tomorrow.
No. She's going to be proud of us.
I'm trying to breed, but I'm so all over the board trying to figure things out. I may I thought my female was going to lay. It's day 40 after last shed.
I feel bad killing this dog.
Are you sure you saw an ovulation? Mr. Snippy. Which one's that? Have you kept putting your male with your female? See if they'll lock up? That's the same thing that my vanilla's doing, Iron Dog. I would keep putting the male with the female until you're sure that you have seen an ovulation. The boy who was hissing yesterday. Who was hissing yesterday, Reagan?
It was fire.
Oh, he's doing good. Was it the fire?
Are you trying to talk about the one that bit me? Tried to at least.
I don't know. I have a few hissers over there. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, jeez.
Of course, the hypo's doing very well. The fire's doing good. I had to clean his tub today. And yes, he was hissing, of course. I've learned to like the hissers because they seem to be a better eater. She's doing fine. She'll be back to her ornery self when she gets back. I guarantee you guys will see her in a live stream this week. Don't know for how long because we know what she likes to do. Well, from what I understand, she's not there, but I know when she gets back, she'll be right back to doing it. So, hey, that's no problem, Michael. If you need any help or anything, look me up on Instagram at DCR Reptiles or just send me an email at dcrreptiles@gmail.com. I'll answer any questions you have. I'll help you out no matter what, bud. It's all about how do you know when the female is Abilene? What do you mean? No problem, Virginia. This is the reptile community. We're here to help anybody that needs help
Yes,
while staying positive in the process. Yeah, what is Abilene? And this year I need to get me a better snake hook too. I don't like this one because of this here turns. That's probably another pickup I'm going to do when I get to Repticon. And I don't use a snake hook, but just in case I need it, I want to have one. Especially with some of these big snakes. So I have a guy that is selling 2 females. I don't know which one would be better. Banana Cinnamon Spider Super Pastel or Butter Spider Pastel Genetic Stripe. $350 for either one. Oh, that's a good options. Both of them have spider. With the Super Pastel, all your babies are going to be pastel. I kind of like the Banana Cinnamon Spider Super Pastel. But I like that genetic stripe too. Just get both of them. Have the best of both worlds. Try to get him to sell you both of them at a better, cheaper price. That's what I'd do. If he's selling $350 a piece, see if he'll do both of them for $600. I'm planning on getting a kit at the show. I'm going to. Oh, okay. Are you ever going to get a rack system, Virginia? Yeah, I thought about getting into the G-Stripe, but I don't know when I'm going to do it. This is my first time breeding. How I know when she is going to lay her eggs, she is getting big. Be sure to keep watching her. Keep putting the mail to her. She will wrap the water bowl, building her follicles. And I'm going to. Make sure you watch her, because when she ovulates, her body's going to get huge for about 12 to 24 hours. And then it's going to slow back down and go back to normal. That's ovulation. That's when the follicles are going through the oviduct, getting, fertilized and calcified. And then 30 days after she sheds, 7 to 10 days after ovulation, you should get a shed. And then 30 days after that, you should get eggs. TJ, that sounds good. They're missing communications with the first company, so I went in TJR 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, Virginia, what size rack are you getting? What's up, Shelly?
Shelly!
Yes, you're late, Shelly. But it's better to be late than never. But as soon as you hit that ovulation, you're good as gold. Hey, Kenneth, I'm not the best, but I try to provide all the right information. If I can catch one of my females in ovulation, then I will show it. What is going on, Dougie Doug? How are you doing this weekend?
What's up, everybody? What's up?
We're just sitting here chatting up a storm, talking about females laying eggs, ovulations, racks, different types of morphs and snakes. Talking about a little bit about everything. Hi, Reagan. 2 5-shelf FB20s. That is awesome. I'll be picking up 2 hatchling racks from Repticon next month if things go right. I figure if you're in the wild, snakes are born with open space. You just have juveniles growing up in FB20. I think that would work. I mean, I'll put it this way. I will put it up this way. Let's take a trip over to my racks. Let's go to my snake room. Okay, we're here. Okay, so put in a few hours of overtime today. Well, I drove by there, but I didn't stop because I didn't want to get put to work, Doug, so I can't have overtime running that slitter. Oh, don't say that, TJ. We need your live streams.
TJ said, hey, Shelly, figure out what is going on with YouTube instead of regular videos. YouTube is almost done with live streams.
What do you mean YouTube is almost done with live streams?
So people can enjoy your regular videos instead of live streams. It's 40 or 30-minute watch time.
I don't know. I haven't heard nothing about it. So, but anyway, I have some of these smaller snakes in 28-quart tubs. I don't know what the difference is between the 20 FB20s and 28 quart tubs that I'm using. But as you can tell here, well, let's go this other one. I can open the tub easier. This one here. See where this one's hiding at. Come here, sweetie. You can see how small this one is. She's getting big, but you can see how small she is. Let's weigh her real quick. I'm going to set her down, then I'll pick her back up. We're going to weigh her because she's in a 28 quart tub. Normally, they say anything over like 800 grams or something like that. But on some, like on sea serpents, the 28 quart tubs is up to 2,000 grams. So, this spinner blast is only 300 grams, 306, but yet she's doing just fine in a 28 quart tub. So, I wouldn't have any issues with that. Now, what you might have to do is put a hide in there, but that's it.
Yeah, it sounded poor. I felt it when I was in the sleeper outside.
But look what it's doing here in Florida. It's not pouring.
It's about to. It's sprinkling right now.
That don't mean it's going to pour. This needs to be put up. It is about ready to storm, I think.
Woohoo! Yeah, I haven't seen.
Which will be good because we need the rain. But I'm still I'll be glad when this guy gets off of his hunger strike because he needs to eat. He needs to stop being a little pain. But that's my male albino, Clyde, isn't it? Yeah, Clyde. And, yeah. All right, so let's see what's going on here. No, I'm chicken my whole life. Well, you just need to, even if you have to put gloves on to get used to it, do it. Because once you get used to holding snakes, it's awesome. What you got to do, for instance, does your snakes hiss a lot, or are you just nervous to pick them up? Let's start there. It's all in your mind. So let's see where it starts. Do they hiss at you? Do they look like they're going to bite you? What is the issue? Why do you not like holding them?
Or they're scary.
Well, Nikolai, you would not think I used to be scared of snakes.
He was.
She can attest to it.
Me too.
I was scared of them. I bought a male pied ball python. Let me go ahead and briefly tell my backstory. That way Nikolai can understand where I'm coming from and what I'm at now. I'm just going to go back 2.5 years. Middle 2016. I was scared of snakes. I was okay if they was 10 feet from me. Wild snakes I wanted nothing to do with. I didn't care if it was a little garter snake. I wanted nothing to do with it. You know, them garter snakes, they can just eat a whole person whole. But I didn't want nothing to do with them. So, 2016, I started watching YouTube. And I started watching Brian Barczyk, Always Evolving Pythons. I watched Going Youper. And that's just to name a few. And I started learning about ball pythons. Snakes, they didn't get too big. They had size to them, so it was impressive, but they didn't get too big. And I thought, well, that's not bad. And I seen all the different colored morphs and everything like that. And I was looking for something that I could do and possibly start a hobby or doing something like that. Well, I went to the pet store, and lo and behold, the next day they was having a ball python sale. So they had a male pied ball python, had an emoji on it, and other people, I was just looking at them. They had them in little plastic deli cups, and I was looking at them. Oh, that one's nice. You know, I'd hold the deli cup. I was fine because it couldn't get me. So I was holding it, you know, fine. What's that one? They said that's a male pied. Okay, well, a customer came in and wanted to hold it. Or no, he wanted to hold another one. And that customer held it, and I said, can I hold that male pied? And they're like, sure, go right ahead. And the sale was the next day. So I held it. Oh, this ain't too bad. I held this thing for about an hour to an hour and a half.
Jeez.
It did not try to bite me. It did not hiss at me. It didn't do nothing. So I told him, I'm going to come back tomorrow when this thing goes on sale, and I'm going to buy it. What time do you open? They said 11 o'clock. I said, okay. I was in the parking lot at 10:30. 30 minutes before it opened, before anybody even showed up to the store, I was sitting in the parking lot because I was wanting that snake. So finally, after about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, they saw me out in the parking lot. They went ahead and let me in. I immediately went in, bought that snake, put it in my passenger seat. I brought it home. Now,
Which one was that?
we don't have him.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to the story, and you'll find out. All right, so back to the story. She interrupted me. Well, I got home, and I had what was it? It was a 20-gallon long tank, and it had the sliding glass or sliding top on the top, and it had a little pin that went in it. Well, I put the snake in that tub or in that tank. I closed it and I put the pin in it. I immediately went to Walmart and got 2 hatches. Latches, not hatches, latches. And 2 padlocks. What did I do with that, you might ask? Well, what I did, I'll kind of show you on this tank in here. And I went overboard, I know. But you got to realize, at this point, I was still unsure about snakes.
Jeez.
So, I put a latch around this one and put a padlock here. I went to the other side and done the same thing. So, I had 2 padlocks on that cage. Now, that snake started to do its snaky things and went up to the edge and was climbing up the side of the glass, you know, looking to a place to escape. That kind of freaked me out. I did not want that snake getting loose in my house. Because ball pythons, if you're just getting into them, you look at them and they look mean. They look like they're going to bite you. They show no emotion. They just look at you.
This one needs clean.
And, yeah, that's yours.
It wasn't
Well, anyway, I keep getting interrupted. So, I go to bed that night. I get up the next morning, still nervous. I look over my bed onto the floor to make sure there's no snake on the floor. I was scared to death of this thing. I came in the front room because I had it sitting over there right in the corner. I came in the front room, looked in the tank. I got this snake hook, stuck it in the tank, lifted up the hide, and seen it. It kind of hissed a little bit. So that freaked me out. I immediately said, no, I'm not doing this. I took the snake hook, I reached in and I grabbed it with the snake hook, put it back in the tub, closed the tub, and I took it back to the pet store. I lost money on that snake. So, 30 days later, after watching Brian Barczyk and knowing, okay, if the snake's not, essed up, looking like it's going to strike, it should be fine. If it hisses, just go in, go for it. Okay? So, I get over my fear of snake, I thought. So, I went to BHB Reptiles website, and I saw an albino ball python. So what I did was I called them up, and I asked them questions about it. And I said, can you have Brian hand pick me a female albino ball python? They said, yes, we can do that. I said, okay, I will take one. So that is how I got this beautiful girl here, Bonnie. She turned out to be a great pet. And immediately I knew when I got her, I was going to start breeding. I wanted to do that in my head. So I get this snake in the mail, in a box. And I opened it up. I opened the bag up. I kind of looked in. I was actually brave enough to put my hand in the bag and grab her. From then on, I was fine. A little bit nervous at first, but I was fine. Then a month later, I went to Tampa Repticon. I got 2 more. That was Etta, which is in the water bowl right now. And Pearl, my Super Mojave. Female.
I love her.
I already knew I was going to breed, so that's what I got was females. And then, as you can tell, it exploded. Now, none of my snakes as of this point showed me any defensiveness or some people call aggressiveness. I do not think snakes are aggressive. They are defensive, and they have a food response. So that is the difference. Now, you can look at one of my older live streams, if it's still up, or videos. I think it was during a live stream, with this snake right here. This snake right here is a male.
Ooh.
And you can hear it right now. It hissed at me like crazy. I still went in, move, and I picked it up. As you can tell, I picked it up from the back. Now, this snake has been known to strike at the camera. When I first got this snake, I opened up the tub and he immediately essed up like he was going to bite me. He followed my hand everywhere. But he's fine, so I'm not worried about it. Yes, he's a little bit touchy. Yes, I kind of watch myself around it. But that's what's going on with that snake. Now,
Laura's trying to escape.
he struck. Are they more some are, yes. Now, some are just fine in shed. It all depends on the snake. Now, this one down here that is sold that I'm hanging on to is This guy right here. This is the same snake that was in the same video that when I picked it up... No, I'm not feeding you. When I picked it up and I was holding it, it actually tried to strike at my finger because it saw it out of the corner of its eye. But he's fine. Now, how do you hold or get a hold of a snake if you have him out and put him on a table and he looks like he's going to bite you? I'm going to show you if I can do this. Let me get one that's balled up, kind of balled up here. Oh, you're fine. Get back in there.
This one is.
I want one that's no, I want a baby.
A baby.
I don't want a big one.
Okay.
Oh, I bet I spilled the water. Okay, so we're just going to play a little bit of make-believe here.
That one?
No, just let me look. We're going to play a little bit of make-believe. Because I want it to be easy, and I want you guys to...
Want me to hold the camera?
All right, say... Just hold this down like this. Okay, say this snake was essed up and he was focusing on my hand, okay? How do I get a hold of that snake? He's essed up, he's looking at my hand, he's gonna bite me. All you do is come behind him and in a very positive reinforcement, you immediately just cover his head and pick him up. He immediately goes and he gets balled up. His head immediately goes in and they ball up. That calms him down. And then you can just open it back up and he's fine. That is how you pick up a snake that is looking to strike you. Come from behind and just cover him up. It's not mean. It's just making him aware, getting him out of that striking attitude. That's the way I usually do it. You can always use a paper towel, roll of paper towels or something like that, a snake hook, something just to kind of point the face the other way, pick it up from behind. That is the best way to do it. Now, hopefully that helped you out some. Do you have any other questions?
Help me. But there.
And don't worry. Don't pick up the snake thinking that you're going to get bit.
Dad.
Because snakes can sense if you're scared or not. You need to have a positive, confident attitude when you go to pick that snake up because you don't want no hesitation. Say there is a snake that looks like it's going to bite you and you want to pick it up. Go right in there, you pick that snake up and hold it. Don't go in there and act like you're going to pick it up and then back off because that's what the snake wants. The snake was trying to fake you out and say, hey, leave me alone. If you're wanting to break them of it, slowly, just confidently go in there, pick it up, hold it up for a little bit, and then put it back in a couple minutes and just gradually make your time longer.
I had a question.
What?
It's not even gonna start it, but, say
We got a question here.
Say the snake was like, its head was up like snakes do, and it was staring at you, and you just want to go in and like without, when you're very scared because it looks at you and it tries to, it's gonna.
That's why I did over there. That's how I answered it. All right, so you guys want me to show how you could control how to turn away the head while holding it. I don't have any problem with that with this. Let me see here. See if I can do this. See if I can understand what you're saying. Can you go grab my snake hook?
Snake hook.
Let's see here. All right, so let me see here. I'm trying to think of one of these snakes that are. I don't want to stress out too much. If you have a snake hook, this one's collapsible, so it'll work. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get one of my snakes that are kind of flighty, that you guys haven't really seen a whole lot of, and
Hey.
I will try to show you that way, but let's go ahead and try this.
See, Reagan knows way better than me, and I'm in my 30s. How?
Okay,
Grab your main one that you used to hate
Watch out.
getting out.
well, I already had him out, and I don't want to bug him anymore. This here's my spider, Het Desert Ghost. Usually she's flighty, which means she's wanting to run all the time. I'm going to see if I can get her to do that.
Don't look at me.
So say, like right now, she's looking at me. She's probably going to try to come to me, like this. All I will do is get the snake hook and just barely touch her, and she backs off. That's all. And if you look at her in the face, she looks meaner than...
Yes.
Watch out. She looks mean.
She does.
Just the way her lips are. But once you just get that close to her face, she backs up. She don't like her head messed with. So that's what I would recommend. This girl's a sweetheart, though. I don't have no issues with her. She's beautiful.
Nah, she looks adorable.
Beautiful snake. She is a proven female. 100% Het Desert Ghost. But every time that we open her tub, she's at the front of the tub wanting to get out.
So is Annie. Isn't it Annie?
She don't show any signs of head wobble. She's very good. She eats pretty good. I'm not breeding her this year. I have another female just like her. But that's how I would do it.
Annie Oakley is one of the ones that when you open it, you have to watch out because she's like right up front trying to come out of the tub. She is beautiful, Virginia.
All right, so, and of course the one she mentioned, Annie Oakley, she is one of the ones at the front of the tub all the time. She is on a hunger strike, so I'm just letting her be. I'm not messing with her. She's one of the ones I got off Craigslist a while back, and she just don't eat like she should. So I'm gonna have to swap up her food a little bit, I guess. But well, I think those spiders, they're fine. They're nice. They're good to go. But they just like to explore. It's not a fact of not holding them a lot. Not a fact of bonding. Some, yes. Not all. Some just like to explore. I swear that those spider head... Well, Jasmine is her name, the one I just had out. I swear she thinks she's a reticulated python. Because they like to explore. But I don't think it's that. It's just the personality.
Exploring that is normal. I need this.
Well, you just need to be confident. Use the steps that I showed you tonight. You'll be okay. Remember, if the snake hisses,
The pinstripes.
Donnie, how is my pinstripe doing that?
Shall I give me?
That's not a pinstripe. Exactly. The more you do it, the better off the snake will be. The more the snake will start to trust you, and the more comfortable the snake will be. Lemon Blast is doing great. I can understand that, Nikolai, and here's why. Because you're going in above. In the wild, they think of that as a threat because they think they're going to be eaten. Lemon Blast is doing great.
Wait, shall I give that?
No. Lemon Blast is doing good. But if you have to, get a snake hook,
Like this.
reach in there, mess the snake hook. Touch the snake hook with the snake, and then reach in to grab her. Yeah, I love these. That's what this is, Exoterra. Or you can do just an easy setup with a tub and some heat tape. Look at this. You got a tub, I got my tub, and then on the back, I got heat tape. And of course, I got holes in the front. Good to go. But yeah, it's easy. You just need to get over your initial fear, and that's it. And that there is a 40-gallon breeder. Or I think it's the 18 by 18, or 18 by 36 by 18 tall. Yeah, but Iron Dog, if I did that, you'd have to bring that cooler to me. I think I got to I'm taking Reagan. That beats your coolers. Florida is warmer than we are. Yes, it is.
I'm taking Reagan. That beats your colors.
After April, the first. But yeah, just keep watching videos, different videos on, handling ball pythons. Feel more comfortable. Use the techniques I showed you. You'll get used to it. You just need to reach in there and grab it. That's it. Snake bites are not too bad. Well, not bad. I'll put it that way. I don't want to throw a little asterisk in there. But the fear of getting bit is worse than the bite itself. You get bit, you'll notice a bunch of little dots of blood coming up. That's just because if it does bleed, that's because snakes have an anticoagulant in their saliva, which makes it bleed more than it really is harmed. So there's no problem with it. I'm going to go Burmese python hunting in Florida. Yeah, that would be awesome, TJ. But anyway, I'm going to jump off of here. That is no problem, Nikolai. If you have any questions, all you got to do is email me at dcrreptiles@gmail.com or send me a message on Instagram at dcrreptiles, and I will get back to you. Hopefully, this message helped you guys out and answered some questions. So, I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here. Thank you for all of the questions. Thank you with everything. I will be here again tomorrow for Sunday chat because we got to prep for that football game tomorrow because the Chiefs are taking on the Patriots and the Saints are taking on the Rams. So, anyway, I'm going to jump off of here. And, as always, we will see you later.